Hi everyone and welcome back to the Scrunch YouTube channel. So for today's video on the Scrunch channel, we're actually going to be doing a Q&A. As a small business owner, I get asked a lot of questions, so I thought I'd make a YouTube video out of it so that you can all refer back to it. I headed over to the Instagram, which is at Scrunchbyliv, and I asked on my story for some questions for this video, and I got such a big response. So thank you to anyone who asked a question. They may not all get answered in this video. I might make a part 2 of this video. However, I will pick a large bunch of them. Before we get started with today's video, I do just want to make the quick mention, as usual in my videos by now. If you don't know what Scrunch is, it is a small company that I put together myself. We specialise in hair clips, scrunchies and also hairbands. As usual, I'll leave all of our links down below, so that's for the website and also our social media. So jumping straight into today's video, our first question comes from Zoe Elizabeth _A. She asked, what inspired you to start a business? So with this question, I feel like it's kind of one of them ones that you could answer in any way. I've also been asked this a lot before. I don't have any main inspiration to making this brand. I just love the idea of fashion. A lot of my friends love the idea of fashion. And I think accessories like hair scrunchies and hair clips and hair bands are such a big part of it. It can literally make your outfit go from like a 5 to a 10 instantly. And I just love that we have a variety of different items. I mean, for example, we do have hair clips, we have scrunchies, we have hair bands. There is something for everyone, and they're all different colours, different fabrics, different patterns. So I just think that's kind of my inspiration. I just love the idea of fashion. Our next question comes from Millie C Makeup. She's asked, what is your favourite pattern or fabric to work with? By far my favourite fabric to work with is like the silky satin ones. So for example, like the orange one coming out in June, or even the Millie scrunchie. That fabric is by far the softest fabric like in the world. And it's also really easy just to sew together. It just makes such a nice scrunchie, so I'd probably say that's my favourite fabric to work with. Our next question comes from nut.cases_. They asked, what do you enjoy most about your business and products? The best thing about owning a business is the control you have over it. I think if you're very like business focused, you'll understand what I mean. I love the fact that I get to design these products with a bunch of my friends. I don't design them all by myself. I get to have that involvement in these brand like chats and events. I get to like make a product, put it out there, and then people buy it. I think that's like such an achievement with it as well. I think it's very rewarding to own your own brand, but it's also one of the hardest things you'll ever do. The next question comes from Glam by Hannah XO. She's asked, when will more scrunchies be coming? Was gonna buy more before they sold out. So with our scrunchies, they go on sale, they sell out quite quickly, I'll be honest with you, so thank you to everyone who has bought from us. Our next big restocks, we're not going to have anything on the website at the moment if you ever went on there, but on June 1st we're actually going to be launching 42 different scrunchies. Now that means 42 different designs, by the way, not just 42 scrunchies in general. So we're going to have like 500 to 1,000 scrunchies in stock. So June 1st, to be specific, we've got the Promoter collection, the Daisy Trio, the Neon collection. We've got more Millie stuff coming soon. We've got the Demi collection. We've just got a bunch of summer items as well. There is so much stock coming on June 1st, and that's 2020. As soon as the clock strikes midnight, so going from May 31st to June 1st, they're in stock. So our next question comes from Paige. She's asked, what's your favourite scrunchie that you've made? So by far my favourite scrunchie is one of the new ones coming out in June from the Promoter collection. It is called Tony. It was designed by Tony.Florentina on Instagram. I will leave her links down below. She's designed a very, very pretty scrunchie. It's kind of like a tartan plaid fabric type thing, but it's also a Burberry type fabric as well. So if you love your high class brands, then you're going to love this one for sure. So Paige also asked, would you ever think about expanding into clothing items? Now this is something I have talked about to my friends and on my Instagrams quite a lot. I would love to expand into clothing. That is like the main dream and goal with this brand. I mean, you start off small and you make it bigger. That's always what I believe in. You start off small and you make it into something different. It's something I always go by with my stuff, my brands, my items. I would love to develop into a full clothing brand. I take a lot of inspiration that way from things like Pretty Little Thing, Misguided, stuff like that. I do take a lot of inspiration for in terms of the bigger goal, the bigger picture of things. But I would love to expand into clothing, even if it was just literally a scrunchie with like a matching cord set, so like a top and shorts. I think that'd be so nice for summer. So the next question comes from netball.norrisnut, love the name. How did you learn to make scrunchies and headbands? In all honesty, I never like learned from anywhere in specific. I kind of just started making them. I know that's like the most random thing. I probably say I self-taught myself because I did a textiles GCSE anyway, so I kind of had like some knowledge over like sewing machines, fabrics, how to cut fabrics, stuff like that. I already had like some type of general knowledge about. I think scrunchies look complicated, but they're actually so easy to make, and with the different fabrics you can make them look so nice. You can jazz them up, you can double layer them. I just think that's how you learn, really. You always self-teach yourself things. I'd probably say like YouTube's a good way to learn things. A lot of tutorials go on YouTube. You can always Google it as well, how to make things. So I would probably owe that to the internet, to be honest. So the next question comes from Ruby. She has asked, do you hand sew the scrunchies? In all honesty, I don't. I actually have a sewing machine which is kind of plopped on the floor right next to me as I'm using my table to film. I could never hand sew the amount of scrunchies I make. For example, from the Tony scrunchie, I made 25 of them yesterday, and it took me like 2 hours to make those ones because there were so many of them and I wanted to get them perfect. So if I was going to hand sew them, I don't think we'd have a restock until 2030, so it probably wouldn't be a great idea. Okay, so our next question comes from Mia Glam. She's asked, what pushed you to make a business? I did kind of touch upon it earlier. I did used to have another brand and I loved owning it. So I wanted to try something different, and as I said, fashion is in everyone, whereas makeup really isn't. You kind of grow in and out of makeup, but fashion, you know, you're always wearing clothes. I think you should be anyway. I don't know. So I feel like scrunchies just top off the look, and as I said earlier as well from Paige, one day I would love to own like a fashion company as well as clothing. So obviously this is kind of pushing me into all of that. It's just kind of bringing everything together to make that end goal. So my best friend Millie has also asked, where do you see your business in a year's time? P.S. Love you, bestie. Love you too. In terms of expanding the brand within a year's time and where I see the brand, I'd probably like to say where we are now, but like 10 times bigger. So I would love to be able to see my sales grow by 10 times what we get now. In the 2 months, just to give you some type of insight, in the 2 months we have been open, I've had just short of 80 sales, which is amazing considering we sell £2 scrunchies and there was quite a lot of stock on sale as well. So in a year's time, I would love to see 10 times the amount. So the next question was asked by Mia Glam again. She's asking, how do you manage Scrunch whilst also making time for yourself to relax? I think this is probably the toughest thing about owning a brand. Like, I've always talked about the positives, but I think one of the negatives is that you don't have a lot of time left to yourself. I work full-time in a call centre and also on the side obviously make scrunchies and sell them. So it does take up a big part of my time. I mean, at the moment with the lockdown, I don't really think there's a lot more I could be doing anyway. But on a normal day, I don't really have a lot of time left to myself. Like this weekend now, I am off work, but I am making scrunchies all weekend, filming for YouTube, editing for YouTube, etc. So I think that's probably one of the hardest things, that you do have to give up quite a lot of your free time to do it. Mia Thompson, 76, is asking, how long did it take to start your business? Now, to be fair with you, I don't think it took a lot at all or a long time. I remember messaging Nicole and Millie, who are my best friends. If you don't know them, I'll leave their links down below. I said to them about like I wanted to like, you know, I wanted to make scrunchies, I wanted to make a company out of it. I think at first we were all a bit like, oh, I don't know how well it's gonna go, but it only took me like a month to set it all up, you know, after I paid off for like the fabric I needed, to buy all the equipment I needed, to buy the website, stuff like that. It took me like a month to set everything up, to get everything together, and then we were kind of launching March 1st and we were good to go. Lucy.Rihanna is asking, do you wear your scrunchies every day? To be fair with you, I do, or I'm wearing a hairband or my clips. Before owning a scrunchie brand, I only ever wore one like once a month, to be honest with you. I never really owned too many of them, but then since making them, I've always either got one on my wrist, in my hair, or I've got my clips there, or my hairbands. Everyone knows that if I've got a scrunchie on my wrist or a hairband in, that I've most likely made it. Jess Bailey is asking, is owning a business hard to keep up with? As I touched on with the other question, it is pretty hard to keep up with, but it's also like the best thing to do. Honestly, I wouldn't want to do anything else. One day I would love to have Scrunch as my main job, but not even a job, it's like a hobby to me anyway. But I would love to be able to not work in a call centre anymore and to be full-time making scrunchies, sending stuff out to people, doing events, stuff like that. I would love to do in the future. So it is hard to keep up with, but it's very rewarding. Elizabeth Jarvis is asking, how did you manage to grow so fast? So I think she means in terms of our Instagram. We, in the 2 months have been a brand, have got like 1,600 followers, which is an amazing amount of followers. I think what helped me is that I've got amazing promoters. So we've got Sienna, Demi, Charlie, Marie and Tony. Honestly, they are like the best people to have as my brand reps. I've also got Millie and Nicole as my creative designers. I've got an amazing team behind me who will always help me, and I think I've grown a lot because of that. And also obviously they're promoting my products, so that means people are buying my products, and a lot of people, what I have found, have been repetitive buyers. They're not just like buying one thing and I never see them again. They always wait for new releases, they buy them, they show them off, their followers then come over, they buy them, they show them off. It's like a recurring thing, and also, you know, that then brings people in and you get more followers doing it that way, and then you get more customers. So I think that's that's kind of like how I grew so fast. Lip Gloss by Moll is asking, is it stressful packaging orders? In all honesty, I think that's like the least stressful part of it all. You know, just being, it's very rewarding like packaging up all of the parcels. It can be quite stressful if I've got like 30 orders in a day, which I have hit once, and that was quite stressful because I had so much to do and so much to pack. It literally took the full day to do all 30. But I think it's kind of like the easiest part of things, because you just literally pack it all up, make it look pretty, pop it in a postage bag and send it off. So I think it's the least stressful part of everything, but it definitely takes up a lot of time. Lucy's also asking, what has been your biggest company achievement so far? I would probably say the biggest achievement for my company is hitting 50 sales. We hit that just over a month ago, which means we were just like literally a month into the brand. To think 50 different sales have happened on my brand, my company page, blows my mind away, and we're so close to now doubling that at 100 sales, which fingers crossed on June 1st we actually get to do. I would love to hit 100 sales. That would be another big achievement. Tearings Accessories is asking, will there be any early access to your website? If this is something you would like me to do, so do a competition where say 5 people can have a day's early access to my website, or have like first pick or pre-order, I would do that if that's something that you would like. I've never really thought about doing it because I didn't think anyone would want to have early access, but if that is something you would like me to do, then let me know and I'll see about doing it. Molly Losty Williams is asking, what is your favourite and least favourite scrunchie that you have made? Ooh, that's actually probably one of the best questions I've had. I don't think I have a least favourite as such, but if we're talking about one that maybe I wouldn't wear on a daily basis, would probably be one of the new ones. It's called Vintage Flower. I think the colours on that are very specific, like purples and creams. Like you couldn't just wear that with like a pink outfit. I think it needs to be a purple outfit. It's not a least favourite, I just haven't gotten around to wearing it myself yet. In terms of a favourite scrunchie, as I said earlier, it would probably be my Tony scrunchie at the moment. However, I do also like my Cheerio scrunchie and my Luminous Orange scrunchie, so quite a lot of scrunchies there. So that is all we have time for in today's video. I have so many questions that I have unanswered, so if you'd like me to make a part 2 of this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and I will do that eventually. We have quite a good schedule coming soon on the Scrunch channel, which features a lot of different people, so not just myself. You will see my promoters on the channel very shortly doing reviews, unboxing, makeup looks, stuff like that, so there's so much good stuff to come. So if you haven't already made the decision to, make sure you hit that subscribe button just down below. It's free and it's easy to do, and turn on post notifications to know when we post. We do actually have a schedule. We do it on Sundays at 4 PM, but if you're like me, I'm quite forgetful, so just turn those post notifications on just so that you never forget. Also, if you do have any questions that you urgently want me to answer, leave them down below and I will be sure to get back to you. As I said at the beginning of the video, I will leave all of our links down below and our social medias, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!